Okay, where's my other glove? Where's the joy putting these? Well, we had so many of them just before lockdown, and then now it's. Oh god, I'll never get these things on. Cool. Well, I'm well rested and ready to go, so I'm going to be slicing up the next pieces of this. I did a bit of mocking up, so I think I've got a good idea where I'm going to put some larger pieces and where I'm going to put the glass bottles of stuff. So we will see how that goes. Welcome back. Thank you very much if you're just joining us. I'm making my Smashbash 2023 entry, trying to build as much of the structure as possible today, so I don't have to think about it and I can just work on all of the millions and millions of details that I'm going to add to this once it is done. Okay, so let's see how well this balances. We are going to put this on top here. Terribly. So it needs to be this way around for the back. So we're going to put sponge here and then an extra bit of sponge there and sponge there. Okay. Get Monsieur glue gun out. And melt some glue. Come on, you bastard. Okay, getting there. Hi, Michael. Thank you very much. This is quite interesting. It's quite an interesting build, this, because I don't have usually. I've sketched out a few plans for this. I have very broad ideas for it, but I don't have like an exact idea. So it's been interesting during this live stream. I come up with some new ideas, and yeah, just running with them. But a lot of this I've been sort of collecting materials because I know I'm going to build it, and then the materials are kind of influencing what I'm going to make next. So the big part now is I've got some rusty metal to support so that both sides of the water balance out a bit. Okay. So the overall idea is that basically you're going to have this character at the top with a shit ton of pipes and things coming out of her, linking her to the rest of it. There's going to be lots of ancient machinery and like tanks full of like weird stuff around. The edges are going to be a river, and there'll be water kind of cascading down into it, and there'll be lots of like swamp creatures, and then the whole thing will lift up, and inside this big giant cascade of water and like gross weird space baby things will come out. So that's the idea anyway. Let us know what you think. Really today I'm trying to get as much of the structure built as possible, so that for other days I could just basically work on individual models and the detail and stuff, which is the bit that does really take a lot of time. I'm enjoying this a lot. I'm having a blast. I have a horrible feeling I'm going to run out of glue. I thought I had loads, but stuff is soaking it up like crazy. So one of the things that, because I've decided to use these glass jars that have got water in, the whole thing is becoming heavier than it was before. Love making things as impractical as possible. But that means that I need to balance out this side of the lid, otherwise the lid is going to be an absolute pain in the ass to open. Thanks, man. What are you working on anything today? Okay, so this bit's cool. I think this is from some sort of old, like what's it called, old transistor radio, wireless. But yeah, I'm hopefully going to have these bits still moving. Oh, fuck. Maybe not. Yeah, they are cool, right? I've been sort of foraging for like metal parts for absolutely for ages. And the idea of this is it'll just sit nicely on top there. Yeah, sure, that works. Does this one work? That's the question. No, it's not quite. That's going to be a pain because it's slightly raised up. I'm going to have to raise. Could do maybe one thin layer. Oh, very cool. Are you excited for 10th? I'm absolutely over the moon for it. It's like every bit of news, every bit of like reveal we've had so far has just been exactly what I want the game to play like. So I'm super excited about the whole thing. Well, that's the thing. Where do you start? Like, where do you start with this? With this one particularly, it's the base idea is the bit that's kind of like helped me build the rest of it. Like, I've always wanted I've always wanted one of these bar carts, and I knew that it would take up a lot of space, and I wanted to try out something that like had moving sections or that had like some sort of like moving area. I mean, well, there's lots of difficult things, but one of the things that's going to be really difficult about this with the time I've got left is trying to fit in all of the miniature building that I've got to do at the same time. But I've got some really cool models for it lined up, so I think hopefully it should be okay. The mech terrain piece built around a stomper sounds amazing. And the Space Marines, are they going to be Dark Angels? Or custom Dark Angels thing? Yeah, so if you ever want to make something like this, first, like the absolute first thing to do is just basically find something big that you could build around. Like that's the thing that I look out for first before like any planning, before I buy any models. Like the biggest bit of last year's Smash Bash was basically. Come on, you bastard. That's fine. The biggest bit of last year's Smash Bash was when I worked out that I could get the that's not going to work. When I worked out that I could get the brass umbrella stand, that made all the difference because suddenly I was like, oh, okay, that is going to be the cornerstone of the whole kit. It's not working. I think what I do is just go back to the way it was before and just have that side not move. And then once you've got the idea of the size of it, it's finding like bits of materials to go with it so that each section will work. So I've been collecting rusty tubes, bits of metal, loads of bits of piping for this, costume jewellery. Hi 236, hope you're all good. So I'm going to use this as some sort of egg. It's just some lovely costume jewellery. I really recommend getting like if you go on eBay finding job lots of costume jewelry because there's such interesting pieces and you get loads of nice interesting textures. One of two. Here's the second Garrett Clark one we made earlier, which I'm going to shortly find out if I have sealed it properly. No, I have not. There was still a leak. Oh, this is super annoying. I have absolutely always been a hoarder. My biggest regrets is all the stuff that I've thrown away in recent years that I could have now used as kit bashing material. So a Sororitas BDSM dungeon. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, I'm sure you can make that fit in. The birth of a brackish, maybe like stinging, like salt, some sort of like rubbing salt in the wounds or something. That sounds cool. Sounds quite intense. Okay. There's my other plumbing bit. But it's really nice. It's also really nice how much junk people send you. Like people love sending me junk, so it's works out really well when I need to build something. I think that will look better. Okay. Not this one. Where's this go? This way at the front. Cool. That looks quite nice. Rather hungover. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's a shame the globe can't spin, but what I'll do is that sort of thing. Can you see that? I'm very happy with that. None of this fancy resin stuff. Why not just fill it with actual liquid? Okay. Right, let's try and fix the other one. Yep, I used dirty paint water. I used some contrast paints, and I put a bit of oil paint in it as well. And my hope is that the mixture of all of those things won't completely settle, or like if it does separate, you'll have lots of nice individual textures. Because you've got a bit of the like fluorescent stuff in it, a bit of all sorts, and my goal with this is I'm going to paint them, so there will be there's going to be like not very many gaps basically. My God, that isn't my last bit of glue, is it? I'll have to find out in a second. Also, we've all got dirty paint water is free. And I'm all about finding free ways to hobby. Hopefully, sorry, I know this is probably not very interesting. Hopefully, I'm making a unsealable, what's the word? Leakable bond of molten plastic around the edge here. Well, it's sealed now. Can't possibly drink that. The paint water I put in it though is very much the paint water that I if you watch one of my last reels, I basically lick the brush with that paint water. So but chugging it, I think this would be a very short live stream because I think I would then spend the rest of the afternoon hurling my guts up because I think I can't remember when was the last time I changed that paint water. Quite a long time ago. Okay, let's go back to this. So I think where the build is going is that it's going to be very lopsided. Fucking stupid shit. It's going to be very lopsided from like built up this side and then like bits of tech poking out this side. So I'm going to add a few more pipes. Obviously love working with spheres because really nice like Akira sense to it. Whatever that big thing is. Well, Akira's tomb. Okay, now this top bit, I want it to sit like that. So let's see if I glue down here and then put some weight on top of it. I mean, my hobby techniques here are basically scavenging bits of junk and then using a hot glue gun to bung it all on top of something. I will hopefully be using some more advanced techniques later on. Right, so it's a little bit, I'm going to leave that there. And then what I'm going to add to it is something heavy. Maybe this. Yeah, why not? Cool. Yeah, I like that. So let's see. So she's going to be around here. You're going to have something like that. And then there's a blue tack. Blue tack. Okay, let's try mocking up what she's actually going to look like before I do anything else, in case it looks shit. Alright, so that model is from Beastarium Games. They do 3D. You can either buy the files or you can buy the printed models. They're really, really good quality. Like the sculpt is just absolutely fantastic. The print's really clean as well. So I think this is going to be too thick. I think I'll look stupid. Let's look. Maybe. Or I think more likely lots of these. Yeah, I think that'll work. And maybe something like that. Yeah, I like that. So lots and lots of cables coming out of her back. Cool, that's going to look awesome. Is anyone working on anything today? Nice to know that I'm a good hobby company. Okay. So. Surface World as well. Hello, mate. Hope you're all good. It's not going to fit very well. Hold that for a second. Let's have a look. Gretchen box. Oh my god, the mold lines on the Gretchen box is absolutely fucking dreadful. Like dreadful. Here to vampire leech some creativity. Okay, well, yeah, cool. I mean, I hope you get some ideas from this. And painting your Smashbash entry. That's very cool. Yeah, it's not long to go, is it? So that's why I'm trying to get a move on, because I'm really far behind, as you can tell. But still, we've already. I feel like we're I'm smashing it out today, which is really nice. I have a horrible feeling I'm going to run out of glue gun glue though, so I'm going to check it in a second. I thought I had loads, but if not, we're going to have to stop the foam and go on to just super gluing bits of cabling, which, yeah, I don't mind super gluing bits of cabling. It'd be nice and fun. I'm also gluing these on pretty loosely because, to be honest, the amount of like sticky stuff that I'm going to attach to all of this, it will make all the difference. Okay. Visiting parents this Easter. Good. I hope you enjoy it. Have you already left now, or is it? Oh, the plan is to paint old boys, build and prime the new boys sculpts, and then the grots. What do you think of the new boys sculpts? I like them a lot, but it's a bit of a shame that they're also monopose. A Death Guard Praetor. Ooh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bit of kit that. Okay, so where are you going? So my plan with this stuff is like once it's all on, to use to basically carve it all up and melt some of it together. So there's lots of different textures and shapes. But I'm quite enjoying this kind of like faint. What's the word? Feels a bit like some sort of Fortress of Solitude or something. Okay. Oh, fuck! I think this is my last glue gun. Oh, really? Is it the last glue gun bit? Oh no! So stupid. Yeah, priming anything in a flat is always a nightmare. I have to go out on the hall sometimes to do it. Joe Pace is looking amazing. Thanks so much, mate. The boys look great, but I do hate the monopose aspect of it. Yeah, it's just a bit of a shame. I think partially because like the boys kit was such a like, you could do so much with it and it moved in so many different ways. So it's just a bit. It feels a bit odd to kind of then be going to monopose. Okay, so after this bit of gluing, I think I'm out of glue, so we're going to have to do some different things. That's okay, I've got lots of ideas and stuff that I need to make for this. So. Okay, how solid is that? Pretty solid actually. Still moves, which is really nice. It's maybe a bit wiggly. Okay. So we're gonna have. Actually, I think as we've gone that way, it'd be better if it's. Bit up this way. We talked about this a bit earlier, but got lots of new people on. So, is anyone here going to Warhammer Fest? I'm like unbelievably excited about it. This water. Yep. And then we've got another one over. We've got another one over here, which let's have a look. Let's check it and see if it is dried off now. It was. Let's see if it is things. You're going to be in Manchester a month too late. Oh, savage. Come on. Sorry, guys, for the. I think that's alright. Keeps telling me. Look. A month too late for Warhammer Fest. That must be absolutely gutting. I'm sure you'll have a lovely time in Manchester. It's a lovely city. Oh, I found a couple more bits of glue. That's good. It's a lovely city, so I'm sure you'll have a wonderful time. I've hardly ever been. I went to Warhammer World when I was first started getting back into the hobby, and then I haven't been since. So I would love to pop over at some point and see all the cool shit there again. Maybe play some games, throw some dice. Tried to get into the last, to go and see the last Golden Demon, but there were so few tickets that it sort of sold out immediately. Right, let's have a look. Come on. Okay, so it's this corner is the one. Still better. It's like a slow leak. Right, okay. I see you. Okay. The top here. Right, let's see if we can magic that. I mean, I have to make sure this holds because my missus is going to be very upset with me if an entire thing of dirty paint water dumps itself on our floor. Oh, you bastard! It's just not stuck well enough. I think I'm going to have to find some sort of lid for it rather than this, which is annoying because I've wasted loads of glue on it, and I really like this gross effect to it as well. Okay, back to the drawing board to think a little bit with that one. What else could I do with this? It does feel pretty stuck on. It's just that corner. Okay, let's come back to it because it is fun idea. Right. Got a little bit more glue, so let's put the glue on here. Yeah, I'm going to use some UV resin for the water coming out, but I've just like it hasn't arrived yet, so I wanted to get these. I wanted to get these on so that the structure was done because I like the look of it. But maybe I'm just rushing too much to. I think also because I put like pipettes with different color contrast paint inside. When they when you shine a light, I think when you shine a light through it, it might make a really interesting effect. Also, it might not work. See how it goes. Okay. Yeah, so excited about Warhammer Fest. Entering Golden Demon. And got my ticket and everything. So that'll be cool. Seeing loads of interesting people. And I'm very excited about getting to try out 10th edition. I think that's going to be, that's really my like big highlight for the whole thing. I hope this is on. Yeah, still got 2-3 weeks. Still got to finish painting Gilliman. Make this, spray it, paint it. So it will all be fine. So some of the guys earlier were saying, are you going to keep any of this pattern? Not on here, but I've added this bubble and you can see inside, and I'm going to leave that as is. I think it's quite a nice fun effect. Have we got many people in the chat that are joining in Smashbash this year? Signal thing. Block the view too much, I think, yeah. Well, mod time, I really look forward to seeing your entry. I still go back every month or so through all the galleries because I somehow find models that I've missed and that I didn't see first time around. Because it really is like, it's just there's so much creativity on show there, and I use it as my like go-to reference for making things. Cool. You've probably seen on like some of my other builds, what I do is just keep layering more and more stuff. So there'll be more cables on this, there'll be more wires, and then there'll be lots of things connecting these things together. And that was, I think, makes it look like it's make it look like it's a real like object rather than something that I've just pulled out of my bum. Okay. Quite working. Nope, don't like that. Definitely want to give Smashbash a go. Hopefully next year. Yeah, like I can really recommend it. There's such a cool community around it. I've met some really amazing people from it. I haven't been like super on it this year because there's lots of stuff going on and like, but yeah, I think it always it brings me like a huge amount of joy, and I always come up with like a ton of new ideas during it, um, and afterwards as well because you just get to see all the cool shit that people have come up with. No, I don't like that either. So I've got any hobby purchases that are coming up soon. I think the next thing I'm going to buy after this is I'm going to buy the Angron models, and then I might buy the Lion. Because how can you possibly resist buying the Lion? Oh, nice. What this is from? Is that going to be weird in the scale? Maybe a little bit. Gonna buy a line to turn it into a Celestin. Oh my god, that's a good idea. Wonder if anyone. Yeah, that's a really cool idea. Wings as well. Oh, it's difficult at the moment, isn't it? Because there's so much stuff coming out. I'm really going to be tempted by. I've always wanted to have a Tyranid army, and I'm really tempted. Oh, this is cool. Kind of cool on both sides. Maybe this side. Monster Hunter board game, Ragnarok Mythic Battles, and Armada Trident all arriving. I hope you've got an airbrush. It's a lot. Okay, so Gargaloth, what you're looking at is this is going to be my Smash Bash entry for this year's competition, and basically there's going to be this lady sitting on top here with a shitload of pipes and stuff coming out of her, some like water and river effects around the edges, and then when you open this up, which I'm not going to do completely at the moment because it's still drying. When you open it up, I aim to have a lever arm, so this big cascade of resin manky water comes out with a bunch of like weird space babies and stuff on it. There'll be lots of little characters all around it. These kind of like weird fisher folk, and so the idea is that it's a bit like it's a like post-apocalyptic heavy industrial world that is now this weird corrupted fisher folk land. If that makes sense. I don't. Do you know what? I don't. Well, do I have a big pile of shame? Yeah, I've got quite a lot of unpainted models at the moment, and then I've got like 2 or 3 boxes like this of just of sprues of kits that I use for kit bashing. I think really once I've got, I don't know if anyone's seen, but I've been working on a project of pre-fall Eldar, and that's gonna really take up a lot of my like modelling time this summer, I think. But I haven't really got anywhere with that. I made like 5 or 6 of them, and I want to make some vehicles and do some more things. Gene Stealer Orc Army, I would love to see that 100%. That'd be amazing. Dark Millennium Innsmouth. Whoa. 100%, that would be amazing. Yeah, yeah, that's a really good, yeah. Actually, that is exactly what I'm going for. Hadn't articulated it that well, but that's great. Okay, I'm gonna start actually thinking about some kind of like 40k bits as well now. Is want all this side to be like very technical, very like. I think I'm gonna have to. Let's maybe cut some sprue, or should I finish the back of this? Maybe let's finish the back of it first. Cool. So. The worst thing about this is that the owner was quite clearly like a very, very heavy smoker. So the actual globe like stinks of old fags. So the model that's going to be on the top is from Beastarium Games. And I can't remember what it's called, but it's like this sort of gross like spider lady, like with all this stuff coming out of her back. She's sort of cradling this dead figure. It's really quite big as well, so it's going to be interesting. Oh, Beastarium Games. I'll put I'll bung a link in the comments at the end. You started priming your Abaddon project. Oh yeah, sick. I absolutely love that. How's it going? Maybe just put that on. Maybe I can go somewhere around there. What colour did you prime it in? Did you not prime it in black? It's daunting as hell. I think, yeah, I mean, I don't know how you find it, but one of the things to really look at for big models is really not is kind of looking at sort of classical art for reference, because the amount that you can leave dark or like very sort of singular color and have like points of focus will really make it look like a billion times better, and it also just saves you so much work. It's like I'm not painting like sort of 70%, well no, maybe less than that, maybe half of Gilliman, because it's just going to be shadow, and like I've gone over it in a few different blacks and like greys and things and like dark blue to kind of deepen the shadows, but I'm going to leave it as is, and it creates such a nice effect. That means I'm not going to murder myself like. Got really impatient. My brain said paint it now. Ooh, yeah, that's always the way, isn't it? Yeah, who'd have thought this like 70s drink caddy that I got for really cheap off the internet would be like horribly stinking of fags. What a strange mystery that it is. That's what's happened. So probably tomorrow I'm going to start carving into all of this so that I can, and then I'm going to pick up some more glue so I can make sure that it's actually glued together properly. Cool to have this sort of sticking out of the... Oh my god, yeah, I mean Gilliman he's got so many like little bits. I'm enjoying painting him. Well, am I enjoying painting him? Yeah, I'm enjoying painting him. It's fucking just nerve wracking. Like doing something like this is nerve wracking enough, but at least I like, you know, I get to take the final pictures. Everyone gets to see Gilliman and every single mistake that I've potentially made and all that side of it. So I am slightly nervous about showing it off at Golden Demon, but it's got to be done. I've always wanted to enter. I think it'd be really, you know, it'd be really cool just to get to show off my stuff to some like, well, to anyone who's in the area. Like, okay, so glue sticks. Let's see, have I got any more glue sticks? They did such a great job with the Baden. I love that model. Did anyone ever do the kind of Gilliman facing off with a Baden, like doing they sort of both look like they're, I don't know, sort of heaven and hell. That I think it was for 8th edition, maybe it was for 9th. There was some really cool artwork of the two of them. Hey Science Pie, how you doing? Hope it's not freezing cold or raining. Thanks for coming along and seeing this pile of blue shit that I've made. Okay, so what I need is a bit of glue. Oh, Red Shaft of Light. That looks really nice. If anyone hasn't seen it, the Wizard Bungleberry is doing kind of a companion piece to my Gilliman piece, really. It's like, it's really, like, I absolutely love it. It's just, it's super epic. But yeah, if you go on his Instagram, you can see it because it is just like absolutely wild. Glue, come on. On that last bit of glue. No, that's not going to work. Okay, I think that is me out of glue gun glue, so I'm going to have to do some next bits. Oh, it's looking good though. Get that. What a monstrosity. Everything is secure enough. Okay, we're going to move on to making some greebling. Oh, lovely, lovely. That's very, very glad that you've got some nice weather. Science Pie's up in Scotland and like always sends me pictures of the beautiful, beautiful weather he's having, which is always, yeah, especially when it's like pissing down with rain in London. So it's definitely picked a nice spot of the world to live in. Okay. So we are going to oh yeah, there's still a gap. There's still a gap on those things, and the weight distribution. You've got basically the two heaviest points are the glass and the like thingy bits up the top, so it still opens nice and cleanly. I'll show you that. Do 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 do. Cool. Oh, it's going to be very hot this year, isn't it? Like, right. So we're going to use. I'm going to use some of the Gallo Dark sprue. Make kind of little technical bits so that I can fit them around the model. Right, where is my hobby knife box? It is up here. Yeah, it's going to be so hot this year. I really couldn't cope with the 40-degree day last year. I had to just go lie down on the floor for pretty much the whole day. It felt like a restaurant burnt down in my local area. So the air felt like everything just felt like it was on fire. So you just feel smoke everywhere and like smoke and ash and yeah. I really can't cope with the heat. So and this is, and you know, Warhammer I think is tends to be a very wintry hobby. I like playing a lot in the summer. Oh, this is not working. Come on. Okay. I like doing garden hammer, having people outside, getting some beers. So I found these nice pieces of jewellery as well, which I think these are going to add these around the model once I got some more. Once I got some more glue, that's off. Yeah, so if I can get the main structures built. Oh, you've never played Garden Hammer? It's especially good for when you've got really, really long games and nobody wants you inside the house. So, you know, play outside for until very, very late. Get some lamps and stuff. Quite atmospheric. I think probably the most atmospheric game I played was basically in pretty much in a building site. We set up like some old doors as a table, which is great fun. If a bit cold. I can really recommend these Tamiya snips. They're like a million times better than any other sprue cutters I've had. So one of the other things that I'm going to do is I have a lot of this kind of wire, and my plan for it is to basically add a few kind of very sad looking but very extended growth trees. And you've seen like the wire tree, like how they make them, and so I'll try and make it so that the root like network sits underneath it and like basically hangs off the base. But then yeah, the legs themselves probably as is, because I don't think I've got time to do anything. I suppose maybe I could make these curl round them. I can make all the roots curl around it. Oh, that'd be interesting. The sunlight does burn. My lovely pale skin just starts to ignite. Yeah, barbecue, beers, battles, and barbecue. I have plans for the absolute ultimate barbecue area. I want to build a brick like bread oven, like pizza oven, and then have Greek Cypriot rotisserie barbecue that my father-in-law is going to get us, so we can do souvla, and then a fire pit of some description, because I'd love to cook like a whole deer. I really love cooking outdoors, so I'm going to go absolutely wild. What percentage of your imagined model matches the outcome? Really, really different to this one. It's super being led by the materials and like how it evolves. So it's going to be interesting to see where it ends up, because the tower was pretty much exactly how I imagined it. Like I've got some sketches of it that are the same, and the same for the giant head for the first ever Smash Bash. And then like Gilliman, I spent maybe 2 years thinking about how I could build it before I bought anything. And because I wanted to get it so exactly I wanted to get it as exact as possible to the artwork. Oh, sun bleaching miniatures. It's a good shout. Might make a really some really nice. That might make some really nice textures actually. A really nice color even. Yeah, I've been sort of aware of that with painting with oils, because depending on what medium I use, a lot of it has a little bit of yellowing. So if it's got too much linseed oil in the medium, the whites can go a bit yellow over time. But then I'm like, how much time are they talking about? Are they talking like decades? Because yeah, not that fussed about it. All right, enjoy. Hope you have something nice to eat. Spruce marks on this pretty bad. Need some new hobby knives. These are blunts, anything. Where do all these projects fit in a London flat? Well, let's show you, shall we? So that is currently where the one for summer exhibition is. Up there is my first year Smash Bash and trophies. Got an orc plane up there. There's quite a lot of shit buried beneath here. I always forget that I own, like the avatar of Kegarak and some marine stuff. And then I've moved the giant tower, but it usually sits here on this art bench. And then this is here. So this is my bedroom, if you didn't notice. And yeah, this is a small corner. But yeah, I have absolutely promised my missus that this is the last time she has to physically live with the hobby. The next house we move to, there's gonna be a separate room, and it will never ever leave that room. That's the plan. So she has been incredibly patient and supportive and wonderful. But I think with this, I think it's got a little bit out of hand. I need to I probably need to get rid of some of it actually, to be honest. Yeah, best laid plans. Well, we are moving to actual house in hopefully May, June, end of May. So we will say bye to this flat, and we're literally moving around the corner, but it's going to have a garden. So I'm going to try and build a shed in it if all things go well. And then I've got a bit of space to do stuff. Oh, hey, mate. Welcome back. A house in London, millionaires. Yes, yeah. I like. It'd be nice if it was my house, but you know. There we go. What body part did I sell? Well, basically, we're gonna move in. We live with my girlfriend, my fiance's sister, who is a consultant psychologist for the NHS, and basically we're going to own a tiny part of it, and she's going to own the bulk of it. But she doesn't really do anything other than work, so she gets to live in a nice house that we will look after and cook and clean, basically. We're going to live upstairs like the family servants. But even that's incredibly lucky. Like, I don't know any. I mean, I don't know anyone who's bought in London that hasn't. Their parents haven't bought the whole thing for them. And even then, it's like I don't know. Hardly anyone at that. Oh, so you haven't started yet? Okay, cool. What is the idea? Because we can all help. Oh, the on-site help, yeah. So my girlfriend is a very talented pastry chef. I'm very good at cooking. Both met in hospitality, so we're just going to spend the whole time like catering, which I'm looking forward to. It's going to be good. Our first step when we get there is we have got a plan for a mail order cookie business. So we're going to start selling some stuff online, which would be really cool. There's not really enough space in the flat to make it. But the best you can help in London, yeah, and I think like more non-traditional things. Like a few people gave us some stick for living with my girlfriend's sister, and I was like, well, we get on, and like there's absolutely no way on earth we could afford it otherwise. So like, what are you going to do? Just want to. It'd just be so nice to have some outdoor space. A big whale with robot leg and robot component on it. A soldier linked to the whale for drinkable water. Ah, okay. Yeah, I love it. I love the. I love the idea. I love the big whale. That's gonna look really cool. I can't wait to see that. Beans on toast to the limit my culinary skills. Single malt and a cheese board. Oh, that sounds nice. I'm not going to knock that. I'm a big fan of cooking things because they're nice. Right, so we have got these pipes are going to look stupid, so those are going to go back in the bits box. These pipes look great. So we've got this thing. I sent most of the rest of this kit away to people, so I've got kind of like some various weird parts of it. Okay, those are done. I've also got this cool, I think it's like an old light bulb part. So I think I'm going to try and fit that over one of the images so that you can look through it and see some little part of it. And then, so this is the place that the models are from. Beastarium Games. Some more spider legs. It's got spare spider legs. I'm not using this, but what an absolutely like amazing kit. It's just phenomenal. And these are going to be the people. Let's take this out. So this should give flavour. Yeah, plastic. Here comes the plastic. So this could probably give you an idea of like what. By the way, mate, this resin stuff, do you need to wash it, or is it like, is it good to go? No, as you'll hear. So these like creatures with stilts. No, it's good to go. Okay, fantastic. So these creatures with stilts. This is really going to give you an idea of what I've got planned for the actual miniatures. So you've got these kind of stilt walking creatures. So the idea is around the edge of the model, I'll have this like water river bit, and you'll have all of these like characters existing inside this. I'm really like I love these models. They're so detailed. They're going to be an absolute blast to paint. Okay, let's decant them into a. Do I have a small box somewhere? Do I have a project? I usually make project boxes for all of my projects, but because I've been so behind with this one, I haven't really. What's in this one? Nope. Okay. We can use that. We can probably use that. It's a bit of a fox jaw. Okay, all these bits are good, right? So let's use this one to decant the parts. Or are these going to be too delicate? Maybe I'll put down some tissue paper before I do this. So I don't know what everyone else does, but when I've got a build planned, I'll make a little box. I'll start just getting whenever I think of a bit that I think suits it, I'll start banging it in. And then what I've ended up with is like hundreds of half finished project boxes everywhere, and absolutely no storage space. So it's not the most genius idea. And then when I'm trying to find anything, it's always impossible. Oh, but these are so good. I think they're going to be enormously flavourful. I think one of my favourite bits is this kit, which is cupboard full of takeaway boxes. Yep, that's the way. All these little prisoners looking incredibly wretched. I have got as another project I'm working on for next Adepticon, which is going to be what are those towers called? The choir of like a choir of psychers for the Astronomicon. So I'm going to be working on something like that. So I think these models will come in real useful for that. Right, I'm just going to be back 1 second, Newslash. Cupboard full of takeaway boxes. Where did all these boxes come from? Oh, they're all takeaway boxes. I think as well, trying to remind myself that I might actually want to keep, like plastic packaging especially. It's a kind of interesting shape, and actually for like maybe for like a ship, if yeah, that could be quite interesting if you had like lots and lots and lots of them. So I'm gonna keep these. I'm not gonna throw them away, but I'm gonna get all this shit out because I want to start imagining exactly what I'm gonna do with it. What is everyone's go-to takeaway? Oh, look at that. Oh, it's so good. So gross. Just wonderful. I really like the art style for the Diablo games. And the like creature creation of them. It's interesting to see where it'll go for like the next one. Surface World loves a curry. Yes, yes, me too. Korean all day, very very good. I like cooking Korean food a lot. Yeah, but this is the thing. You end up with boxes like this, right? It's got a horse in it, 2 tentacles, not sure what that is, and some like, some random 3D print. Oh, my friend's Jakari sent me it, so yeah, that is quite cool actually. And it's called Priest. And another Jakaro. Okay, maybe that box is useful. Oh, a pizza from a Chinese. Yeah, 100%. I don't know why that's such a good thing, but it really is. Like, there's something, maybe it's just extra MSG or something, I'm not sure. Okay, so part of the like river scenes, I'm going to make some sort of rituals, and these guys are going to come in so useful for that. Lots of tassels that look a bit like hands. These are absolutely mega sculpts. Cool. That's going to be a really nice bit of models that what's the word, inform the storytelling of the main creation. Hi John, how you doing? Hope you're all good. I imagine you're at work, but I'm sure. I hope you're working on some models as well, because yeah, got some cool stuff. This is what I've built so far today, including these lovely jars. Thought, new hobby thing, why not just have some gross water in them? It's not 100% working because I can't seal this bloody top of it, but look at that. Doesn't that look great? Whoa. Reliquat, really no worries at all. Like, what I do is anything that's like bendy, I'll bung in the boiling water and get straightened out. I'm not 100% sure that I'll leave those stars on as is either. So it's yeah, it's completely all good. Look at this. It's so fucking cool. Oh, that is amazing. So I'll 100% be saving that for doing the astral. It's astral choir, isn't it? For doing the astral choir model. And actually, these would, when I eventually do what's it called, Golden Throne, these guys would come in so useful as the psychers. Ooh. They're cool, mate, aren't they? Like, if you want some, they are from this place. They are really, really cool game supplier, and the sculpts are absolutely amazing. How are your... Do you know that guard competition you sent me a message for? Have you done anything for that? Because I really haven't. I can't remember when the deadline's up. I worry that it's like quite soon, and I've done nothing. And what is this? Ooh. Oh, okay, so I think this is the base of the Queen. I think. Yes, the Spider Queen. Okay. So you've got this like pile of dead knights. Come on, autofocus. Focus on it. Beautiful. Beautiful. How are we doing for time? It is... Oh yeah, we're all fine. You got obsessed with the corpse done and going he'd done nothing either. It's the problem, there's so many competitions that I want to enter and I get like super excited about them, and then I realise that I actually have to make them, and then suddenly it falls apart. Let's have a look at these little guys too. Okay, so these are more of those other ones. So you've got these like Cthulhu kind of tentacles out the bottom. They're going to be very ace cultists. So I think with these and the other sewer people, I'm going to have these like actually in the river, so that they're kind of like different life, if that makes sense. And then I'm going to use a bit of the Ash Waste Nomads kit, because they've just got a lovely feel to them and shape to them, and I think as like a weird cult, they'll work really well. Mega, is that what she's called? She's called the Flesh Smith. As phenomenal. I can't wait to paint her face, to be honest. Which is something that I don't think I've ever said before with any models. But her face is so like, I think I can make it so like lit and beatific, and that will look. Oh, I think that'll look really disturbing, which is what I want to go for. Okay, let's put these in here. Okay, so that's all the little guys ready. Boxes for another future project. Just have to put that somewhere else. And then keep the spider legs. Okay, well I do want to use up some of this stuff because it stinks of like old metal. Probably just use those as tins. So I'll get in that box. Okay. Necromunda really does have the best kits. I think that the Delac kit is the single best kit bashing kit that there is. Like still almost like every week I see somebody who's kit bashed like a new version of it, and it's something that I love, I want to make, I haven't thought of, and yet there's sort of like hundreds and hundreds of kit bashes from quite often. Often I realise that like I haven't spotted that it is a kit bash from that kit. So yeah, super variable, useful, and really recommend the not like upgrade, but there's one that's got like a floating thing and a guy with a big ninja sword for Delac, and that kit is amazing. I've bought 3 of them so far, and I'm probably going to buy another one because I just love the bit so much. Okay, cool. All right, so I think these I'm going to stick on top. So that's going to go in the metal box. And then these cables, I think I'm going to attach some of them to the base and then some of them to her back. Let's see what the scale looks like. Yeah, that scale looks pretty good. That looks quite nice. When I made my Blight Lords out of the big Necromunda bugs. Oh yeah, those are cool models. Really, really nice. The robes, trench coats, yeah, absolutely fantastic. Yeah, so I think that will fit nicely in her lower back like that. And then I'll have a few more pipes coming out as well. And then, yeah, God, that's going to look so gross. Love it. Okay. Right, so I think it's just annoying that I've run out of glue because I can't really glue anything to it. I might stop there and go and buy some. I go buy some more glue gun glue so I can get on with sticking bits to the main base, because until that point, really, like it's not going to work, I think. Hey Joel, how you doing? So here it is so far. What we've got is this sort of river section round it. So I'm going to stick some more bits in all of the gaps and then carve that so that there's a gap in the middle and like a waterway through that. Then I'm going to pour some resin in that. This side, I'm going to glue more pipes and like this kind of thing to it. And then we've got another one of these full of water that I just need to get. Maybe I need to shake the creature inside it around a bit. So that's cool. Then we've got this bubble, which you'll be able to look through and see some ancient text in it. And then these are going to move, which is very nice. And then the whole thing, I should put, actually that's a good point, I should leave a handle space, will lift up and the thing will come out of that. Cool. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I'll probably do another one maybe in the next couple of days just to absolutely get this squared away so I can start painting it and I can put all the little figures on it. But I hope you've enjoyed that. I had a nice time because I've had an absolute blast. So thank you very much and I'll see you soon.